Letitia George for the Office of the Public Defender.
All right. And we have Redding is my first person.
He's medical, Your Honor. Ready?
All right, this is 2021 CF 2033AO. Grecia Redding, I will appoint a public defender to represent her. Ms. George, you want to waive?
Yes, Your Honor, we'll waive.
All right. The court did review the charging affidavit in her case and did find probable cause for the two offenses for attempted robbery, sudden snatching, and petty theft. The court's going to set her bond as follows. I'm going to set bond account 1 amount of $2,000, count 2 an amount of $500. Condition of the bond: no contact with the victim, no return to the scene, no weapons, no firearms. She has several open cases in a VOP. In 2019, MM 8075AO, and 2020 CF 1828, and then 2020 MM 827AO. Court's going to revoke her releases on those cases and set bonds at $0. Yeah, I have a lot of corrections officers, and that's your my defense. All right, ma'am, tell me your name.
LaQuisha Glover.
All right, Ms. Glover. Can you put your name on the record?
Good morning, Alicia Adamson for the record for Ms. Glover.
All right, Ms. Glover, you were here. You were arrested on a warrant in 2021 CF 1741AO on 2 charges: aggravated assault with a motor vehicle and negligence of a child.
And Your Honor, this is set actually on the 1 o'clock docket.
Yeah.
They just moved it up because I requested, so I appreciate everyone. I don't know if you've had a chance to read.
Yeah, I did review the warrant this morning.
Okay, good. And I just would like to add, so Miss Glover has no criminal history. She's asserting her innocence in this situation. She has a pending temporary injunction against the alleged victim in this case.
Okay.
And her children were not taken away but after DCF did their investigation. She still has her children based on the investigation.
Okay.
So I would ask that, it says that she's not eligible for PTR, so I would ask that a very low bond be set.
Well, this seems to be a domestic violence charge, so if I'm not correct, right? So.
I thought it was, but it wasn't on the DV docket, so I'm a little confused.
Yeah, it was on the DV docket. The negligence of a child one, I believe, is still a dangerous crime. If I remember correctly, from the pretrial release statute, which requires me to set a monetary bond and any other conditions. The judge in that case already assigned her a bond in the amount of $7,500 as to count 1. The court will set a bond in count 2 in the amount of $3,000. Conditions of the bond: that she have no contact. Well, question: are the children actually legally his children? Do you already, where is child support being paid? Did he sign the birth certificate?
Yes, he signed the birth certificate.
Okay. So I'll order no contact with the victim with this exception, if we can write it on the order, is that you are allowed to have, ma'am. Oh, Ms. Addison, do you know if they have a neutral third party where they can exchange the child for time sharing purposes?
Yes, they do.
All right, do you know who the name of that person is?
Her name is Consuelo Abdullah Shabazz. That's my mom.
Okay. All right, do you already have a parenting plan in place?
I just got the information in the mail. I just need to fill it out.
All right. So for now, I'll allow exchanges with the child at, let's say her name again?
Mama Consuelo.
Consuelo, can you give me her address?
It is 870 Perth, Perth Place in Kissimmee, Florida, 34758.
All right. So we no contact with the victim with the following exception: allow exchanges of the child at the defendant's mother's address that she provided. Is she allowed to have written contact with the defendant only, the victim only?
The victim's not the father. The victim is the father's
I don't know
sister.
I don't know who
Okay, I was trying to get, I was a little confused about,
Yeah,
because
so
they had,
there's
like,
no
it was
need
like
for her-
redacted, so I couldn't figure out who was related to
There's
who.
no need for her to contact the victim, but there's an
Okay.
injunction against
So never
the
mind.
victim in,
Scratch that then.
So no third party.
Yeah, don't have to worry about it, because I thought initially, trying to read between the redactions on the warrant that I
Right,
had,
yeah,
that
right.
it was the father of the children that was
no,
the.
no judge.
Okay.
And I'm sorry, it was hard to hear you through your mask. You said that the bond was previously set at $7,500?
Count one on the warrant, $7,500. Count two is gonna set at $3,000.
That was what the warrant requested?
The warrant was set, asked me to set a bond and count.
The
second
warrant
count.
was set as what?
The warrant says $7,500. That's
Okay.
count one. Count
Okay.
two, I'm setting bond at $3,000.
Okay.
I am.
Is there a possibility to lower either one of those, Judge? Based on the fact that she has no history, she is the victim in this case.
That may be true. But on the warrant, from what I can read on the warrant, minus the redactions that I read, it seems to be a pretty dangerous situation, especially for the child that was involved.
You can't talk, you just can't. I'm sorry.
So I don't know what happened. I'm not the judge of the facts of what happened. That's what they have great jury trials for, and other considerations that you guys can bring before the with the prosecution's office. And if you guys have other witnesses, other affidavits, other information, but the information I have in front of me right now, minus the aggravated assault charge, if some of it is even true, is
Right, but it's two
Kinda dangerous.
F3s, Judge, and if I can see if you do keep the first one, but the second one being 3,000, I would ask if that one could just be 100 because.
Your Honor, state has no objection.
I can't hear you. You wearing the mask and the face
I know.
shield. You gotta yell.
State has no objection to a reasonable lower bond set in this case based on defendant's history.
Do you have any other information from the victim?
I mean, there's in the actual affidavit, the victim Sylvain says that they don't wish to prosecute.
Yeah.
The actual victim that does want to prosecute has there's an injunction against her on her because of how she is bullying her, threatening her. I have Facebook posts showing that she's like literally trying to kill her. So it's. My client also made two police she lives in Polk County. However, she made online statement after this event. She went online and made a police report. I don't have a copy of that because I just found out about this case last night. So
I'll set your bond at count one and one amount of $1,000. Count two, I'm sorry. I'll set an amount of $1,000. Issuing the bond, he had no contact with the victim as a count one of the information. Of the charge, I'm sorry, the warrant. That you maintain a separate residence from that victim. You not possess any weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release.
So, Your Honor, both counts was $1,000?
No, the first count is $7,500. Count two is $1,000. And we'll get you on to your next court date, and hopefully you guys can get this resolved
Thank you.
in an easier way.
I'll be back there. Thank you for trying.
They're not here, but we just want to put them on record.
Okay. Well, I didn't. All right, next case I have is,
Oski,
yep.
Stephen Hughes Court.
All right, this is 2018 CF 7760AO. I want to appoint a public defender to represent him in this case.
We'll waive, Your Honor.
State, what are you asking me to do with his bonds?
I'm sorry, Your Honor. Which case?
This is Worski. I just kind of looked at this just now. It looks like a warrant for a sexual battery on a child between the ages of 12 years and 18 years by a family or custodial person, which I believe is a punishable by life offense. And then counts count 1 and 2, and then 3, 4, and 5, and 6. Am I reading that correct? Is lewd lascivious molestation of a child over the age of 12?
Sorry, Your Honor. I believe so.
So I believe that's a second-degree felony. So I guess I have to set bonds as to those counts. But what are you asking about to do with the punishable by life offense count?
Your Honor, I believe some counts were ultimately dropped due to statute of limitations.
Was there information filed? No, sir, is there information in this case?
This is-
There's an amended information filed. For three first-degree felony counts. Under.
We're printing it now, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry. But this is even different than the warrant. All right, because they filed a totally different charge. That's the thing. Because charges they either filed are sexual activity with a child by a familiar or custodial person. I don't remember when we look at the statute. No, sorry. No. They filed counts 1 and 2. And then another count in count 3. So I'll do it like this. In counts.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. The state did file a motion for pretrial detention in this case.
Oh, you did? All right.
Yes, it's taken 2.5 years to bring the defendant back to the U.S.
Okay.
We've had Interpol.
Well, that's fine.
involved.
I need to know what you guys have planned. I didn't know if you filed a motion for trial detention, whether you're asking me, well, because since then, the defendant be held in no bond at this time. And the pretrial detention motion needs to be scheduled with the division judge, I believe, in the next 5 business days.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. And I have Vic Samaya. They pawned it. All right. All right. In Spanish now?
Yes, sir.
Good morning, Your Honor. This is Carlos Morales, State Certified Spanish Court Interpreter. The interpreter has been sworn in already
All
today.
right. Good morning, Mr. Morales. This is Judge Bain. Can we turn on the TV down here? TV. All right. Mr. Morales, I have a few cases this morning. The first case I have is Irizarry. He has a headset on. Can you ask him to tell me his name?
Rey Irizarry.
All right. Sir, you are you are here this morning in 2021 MO 238 AO on a charge of disorderly conduct. The court did review the charging affidavit in that case for a sitting ordinance violation and did find probable cause for your arrest. You were also arrested on a warrant in 2021 CF 1734 AO. The judge in that case has previously found probable cause for your arrest. PTR, I got a question for you. If he resolves I don't know if he doesn't qualify because he picked up the new charge when he was arrested. If he resolves that case, does he then qualify
He can qualify, Your Honor.
on just period?
I'm sorry?
For I can just put him on
Yeah.
PCR now. All right. State, is the city still offering a withhold adjudication of guilt court costs as it relates to the city ordinance violation?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Rosario, if you want to resolve your city ordinance violation case today, I can do that for you. It would be a withhold of adjudication of guilt court costs in the amount of $223. Do you want to take that offer?
Una pregunta, ¿me van a dar fianza o no?
Well, am I getting bond or no?
Well, you're going to get bonds on your cases. It's just wondering whether you want to resolve one of them right now. I can't resolve your felony case right now, but you have a misdemeanor ordinance case that I can resolve today if you would like.
Lo quiero resolver hoy, pero tendrá que pagar eso mismo hoy.
Well, I would like to resolve it today, but would I have to pay that today?
I'll give you a year to make the payment.
Ok, está bien, sí, yo lo quiero resolver hoy. Eso.
All right, then yeah, I'll resolve that one today.
All right, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I swear.
All right, you can put your hand down. Sir, you're here in 2021 MO238AO on a charge of disorderly conduct. That is a second-degree misdemeanor. It's punishable by 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine. Do you understand that?
Pues tengo que hacer 60 días en la cárcel.
So I have to serve 60 days in jail?
No, the maximum penalties are 60 days in the county jail and a $500 fine.
Oh, ok.
Do you understand that?
Yes, sir, sí.
Yes.
Do you want to enter a plea of guilty or no contest to resolve the case today?
No contest. No contest.
No me pongo.
No contest.
Do you understand by entering a plea of no contest in this case, you give up the right to have a trial where the city had to prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? You give up the right to have a court appoint an attorney to represent you at that trial if you cannot afford it.
Entiendo.
I understand.
Are you under the influence of any drugs, alcohol, or medication?
No sé. No.
No.
Have you now or in the past been diagnosed with a mental health illness?
No.
No.
Has anybody forced, threatened, or coerced you to enter this plea?
No.
No.
You understand by entering this plea, if you're not a United States citizen, it subject you to deportation.
Sí.
Yes.
All right, sir, I did review the charging affidavit as to that case. It did find a factual basis for the entering your plea. I accept your plea of no contest, find that your plea is freely and voluntarily entered. I'll withhold adjudication of guilt. I'll give you credit for the 2 days that you spent in the Orange County Jail with 2 days credit time served. I will impose the court costs in this case amount of $223. I will make those costs payable directly to the clerk within 1 year of today's date. You have 30 days from today's date to appeal your judgment sentence in writing. As of 2021 CF 1734AO, I'm going to set your bond in count 1 in the amount of $1,500. Count 2, $1,000. Count 3, $500. You condition your bond would be you'll be placed on pretrial release. You will have no contact with the victim in that case. This case, you will abide by the injunction in 2021 DR 1722AO. You are to not maintain a separate residence from the victim. You are to possess no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. Sorry. State, are you asking for any further conditions for Mr. Azari? I won't appoint the public defender to represent you in your case.
Nothing further yet.
All right. All right, thank you, sir. Have a great day.
You're on the next on the list. Cologne, Ortiz, Love.
This is 2021 CF 2043AO. Mr. Cologne Ortiz on point of public defender to represent him. Ms. George.
We'll waive, Your Honor.
Report, there's a warrant in his case where the judge already found probable cause, going to state a bond amount of $1,000. Make condition of bond, no return to the scene, no contact with any victims or witnesses. Is there anything else on there? Nope. And am I done with the interpreter? All right, thank you, Mr. Farrell. Have a great day.
You're welcome, Your Honor. Thank you.
Ma'am, tell me your name. Ms. Darby, you are here in 2021 CF 466AO on charge of aggravated battery, domestic violence. The judge signing your warrant found probable cause for your arrest. We're going to set your bond in this matter to an amount of $2,500. Or that you have no contact with the victim in this case. You are to scratch the no return, say maintain a separate residence. You do not possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You were on probation in 2018 CT 7786 when this happened. The court's going to find on-view violation of your probation and set a bond at $0. At one point, the public defender represents you in your cases.
So are you just gonna revoke the out on bond case?
Is she out on bond? That's what on the probation case?
Give me one moment.
I just thought she was just. It was a VOP bond? Of $2,500?
Yes, she
All right.
posted bond on January the 30th.
This year. Say, can you tell me when this incident happened then? Because State, ma'am. Hey. Yeah, can you tell me when this incident happened for this aggravated battery? Because I don't know. I should make sure I'm not violating her twice for something the judge already reviewed.
Your Honor, I have July 25th, 2020.
Was this part of the incident that for the VOP was already included in her affidavit?
I'm sorry?
Was the new charge of the aggravated battery included in the affidavit for violation of probation?
I'm not sure. 1 second, Your Honor.
Did you do 24 hours for the weapon condition on here?
Oh, yeah.
This one? Okay.
It is, Your Honor.
It is? All right. So I won't take any action on the I don't bond case then. All right, man. Have a great day.
Sorry, Your Honor, I'm having a hard time hearing.
That's fine. I'll try to yell as much as I can because it's got this big vent blowing. It's kind of loud in here. Sir, tell me your name. Mr. Maddox, you are here in 2021 CF 2017AO on charge of aggravated battery with a weapon, domestic violence, and battery domestic violence. Court did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find probable cause for, well, your arrest. And, sir, tell me your name.
Titus,
What's your full name?
Jaja Titus.
All right. Is J-A, right? All right, so we gotta make a correction on the affidavits. They all say J-A-C, but in the affidavit, in the writing of the affidavit, it says J-A-J-A. So his name is spelled incorrectly. Sir, you are here in 2021, CF 2018AO, on charge of aggravated assault with domestic violence, aggravated battery, cause great bodily harm, and battery domestic violence. Court reviewed the charging affidavit in your case, which is the same in Mr. Maddox's case, and found probable cause for your arrest. Mr. Maddox, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, can you tell me how you know Mr. Titus?
We're my boyfriend.
All right. And do you want to have contact with Mr. Titus?
I would like to.
Are you afraid of him?
No.
All right. If the court were to order no hostile contact, what do you think that means?
I'm not sure.
All right. Well, very simply is this. You guys can have disagreements. You can argue about who's supposed to take out the garbage, who's supposed to cook dinner, regular things that couples may argue about.
Right.
You cannot let that argument turn into a threatening, aggressive, and or violent interaction. Do you understand that?
I understand.
If you do that, and the police are called, guess what's going to happen? You're going to correct. And you're not going to get out anymore. You're going to sit here with me until your case is resolved. You understand that?
I understand.
Mr. Titus, could you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear to affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right. How do you know Mr. Maddox?
He's my boyfriend.
And do you want to have contact with your boyfriend, Mr. Maddox?
Yes.
Are you afraid of him?
No.
Well, that question I forgot to ask. Did drugs and alcohol play a role during this incident?
Yes.
All right. And, did you hear my speech that I just gave Mr. Maddox about what no hostile contact means?
Can you repeat your statement, please?
Did you hear what I just asked Mr. Maddox and what I told him about no hostile contact?
Yes.
Do you understand that?
Yes.
Do you have any further questions about it?
No.
All right. So, Mr. Maddox, in your case, in 2021 CF 2017AO, the court's going to set your bond at count one, amount of $1,500 and $500 as the count two. It's going to be conditional pretrial release in that case. That you have no hostile contact with Mr. Titus, that you are to possess no drugs or alcohol, any drugs or alcohol, no drugs or alcohol without valid prescription. You'll be subject to random drug and alcohol testing while you're out on release. Mr. Titus, in your case, this is 2021 CF 2018AO. I'm going to set your bond to count one, amount of $1,000, count two, an amount of $1,000, count three, $500. Be conditioned to pretrial release, that you have no hostile contact with Mr. Maddox, that you possess no drugs or alcohol without valid prescription, and you be subject to also to random drug and alcohol testing at your expense. As to both of your cases, the court is going to order no weapons, no firearms. The weapons and firearms you have at the residence need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. I'll give you a 30-day grace period for both of you for narcotics testing, but alcohol testing will resume immediately. So don't test positive, live at peace with each other, and you won't have any problems. All right, everybody have a great day. All right, sir, tell me your name. Mr. Wilson, you're here in 2021 CF 1773 AO on charge of aggravated battery. The judge signing your warrant in this case has found probable cause for your arrest. We're going to appoint a public defender to represent you in this case. I want to set your bond in this case. Amount of $8,000. Condition of your bond is that you have no contact with the victim in this case. You are to maintain a separate residence from the victim. All scratches do not return to the scene. I give you one-time return with law enforcement if you need it to retrieve any personal items you have. You are to possess no weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You are to possess no drugs or alcohol while you're on release. He said,
I couldn't hear you, sir.
which part?
Say, I heard the $8,000, but the rest you mumbled.
All right, no contact with the victim.
Okay.
Maintain a separate residence from the victim. If you need a one-time return with law enforcement, you can get that to retrieve any personal items you may have at the residence of the victim. You are to possess no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. Seems you're a convicted felon, so you should not possess any weapons or firearms anyways. You are to possess no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. All right? You got any questions about a no contact order? You got any other questions about any of my other orders? All right, have a great day.
No point posters in there?
Yeah, I'm open. Can you tell me your name, sir?
What's your name? Malik Baker.
Ms. Baker, you are here in 2021 MM 1194AO on a charge of battery domestic violence. The court did review the charging affidavit. I did find probable cause for your arrest. I do have a witness in the witness booth, ma'am. You need to cover your face. Can you tell me your name?
Patricia Rodriguez.
All right, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
I do.
All right, put your hand down. Can you tell me how you know Mr. Baker?
I met Mr. Baker 3 years ago.
All right. And is he your boyfriend? You guys live together?
Yes, he's my boyfriend.
All right. And are you visiting here from Ohio? Or where are you visiting
No,
from?
I actually moved down from New York, and I live down here now.
All right.
I've been here shy of 6 months.
All right. And are you afraid of Mr. Baker?
No.
Do you want to have contact with him?
Yes.
If something were to happen, something like this were to happen in the future, would you contact law enforcement?
I would. If it had to, I'm not scared of him, so yes, I would contact anybody that I needed to contact.
Corrections. The baby's gonna have to step outside. She's having a rough time. Apologize, Roger. I can't hear you. I couldn't hear you, so I want to make sure I can hear what you were saying. All right. I believe my question to you was, if something like this were to happen in the future, would you feel comfortable contacting law enforcement?
I would.
All right.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Baker, in this case, I want to set your bond. If I'm I guess, Ms. Davis, I got a question. If I'm ordering no hostile contact, we didn't have the community ties for Is he be going back to the same residence?
Yes, you can qualify him,
All right.
Your Honor.
All right, so we're going to set your bond amount of $250. It's going to be a condition of pretrial release in this case that you have no hostile contact with Ms. Rodriguez, the victim in this case. So, Mr. Baker, between both of y'all, because I read the report, and it seems that a little bit of mutual combat going on, that no hostile contact means this, just so everybody's clear, that you are allowed to disagree. You're allowed to have relational disagreements. Those arguments or disagreements cannot turn threatening. They cannot turn violent. They cannot be where the police are going to be called by either yourself or, like in this case, where somebody's seeing you, seeing it going on and calling law enforcement. Because if that happens, you will be arrested. You will be spending the remainder of your time while this case is going on with me at the Orange County Jail. Do you understand that? You are to possess order no hostile contact. You are to possess no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. One more question, Ms. Rodriguez. Did drugs and alcohol play a role in this incident?
No.
Okay. All right, so abide by my orders. You'll be good to go. Good morning, ma'am. Can you tell me your name?
Elisha, good morning.
All right. Is it Burke Thompson?
It's Thomas Burke, but
Thomas
they put it
Burke?
backwards.
Oh, no, I want to tell you right. Is your name Thomas Burke or Burke Thomas?
Thomas Burke.
All right, so we should switch that, so make sure we're addressing her properly. Ms. Thomas, Ms. Thomas Burke, you are here in 2021 MM 1209AO on charge of battery domestic violence. The court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for your arrest. I have a witness. You gotta cover your face, sir. I do have a witness in the witness booth, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Keontae Armstrong.
I can't hear you.
Keontae Armstrong.
Mr. Armstrong, best you can you raise your right hand? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, put your hand down.
Okay.
Sir, how do you know Ms. Thomas Burke?
She's the mother of my child.
All right. And question for you, did you sign the birth certificate in this case for the child?
No, sir. I never did.
Right. Were you ever determined to be by a court to be the father of the child? Did you do a DNA test? Did they put you on child support?
No, sir.
All right. And are you afraid of Ms. Thomas Burke?
No, sir.
Do you want to have contact with her?
Yes, sir.
Did drugs and alcohol play a role during this incident?
No, sir.
If something like this were to happen in the future, do you feel comfortable contacting law enforcement?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Thomas Burke, I'm going to set your bond, in this case, amount of $250. Your bond condition of pretrial release, that you will have no hostile contact with the victim in this case.
Excuse me, sir. Could she be released today?
I guess so. She's able to post the bond.
We not from down here, and I don't have no, like, I'm from Ohio. We both from Ohio, Cincinnati, Ohio. And I don't have any family or anything down here. She's the only support that I have.
Okay.
And if she doesn't be released, I'm like basically gonna be stranded and on the streets with my son.
All right. Well, one, I want to appoint a public defender to represent her. So she's going to have representation in this case. I don't know how you all afforded to come down here from Ohio if nobody had any money, but.
She had everything.
Yeah, you have money. So as I'm appointed public defender to represent you, there are ways to get your money to a bondsman or straight cash if you sign over the proper paperwork to get that done and get you out of jail on your bond. So there are ways to get that done. It's not like an impossibility. You just have to work with the system and make it work, all right?
Okay.
You're gonna have no hostile contact. You're not gonna possess any weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to turn over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. So you were here a few moments ago, standing behind the gentleman that came before you, and you heard my speech about no hostile contact, correct?
Yes.
Do you have any questions about that?
No, sir.
All right. So law enforcement is called. You're gonna go to jail, all right?
Yes, sir.
I'll allow you to travel back to Ohio to your residence there, but my orders still extend there. And I want to tell you a little story about this. Right now, we're not flying people for extradition. So it's a bus ride from jail to jail, from Ohio all the way back to Florida, if you violate my orders. You understand that?
Will I have to come back here for court?
If the court, you will have to get a court date when you get out of here. I'm appointing a public defender to represent you. There are ways that you may not have to do that, at least immediately. But if this case were to go to trial for some reason, or some other court hearing that you're required to be at, you will have to travel back to Florida to deal with that.
Okay.
All right. Our Supreme Court gave us some virtual trials, so you may want to explore that option. All right. Have a great day, man. All right, have a great day, sir.
I'm confused. So,
Have a great day.
would she be able to pay her bond herself?
I can't hear you.
Would she be able to pay her bond herself?
She probably will. She has money. She can pay the bond herself.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, have a great day.
You too.
All right, ma'am, tell me your name.
Nicole Cates, Washington. Sorry.
All right, Ms. Case Washington, you are here in 2021 MM 1221AO on a charge of battery domestic violence. The court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for your arrest. I have a witness in the witness booth, sir. Can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, put your hand down. Can you tell me how you know Ms. Case Washington?
She's my wife.
All right, and are you afraid of your wife?
No.
Do you want to have contact with her?
I'm sorry?
Do you want to have contact with her?
Yes.
Did drugs or alcohol play a role during this incident?
No.
All right, Ms. Case Washington, I'm going to set your bond at count one in the amount of $250. It's going to come with pretrial release supervision that you have no contact with the victim. Oh, sorry, no hostile contact with the victim in this case. You are to possess no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release.
I can't hear you, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
Which part?
The last part.
All right, so last part had to do with no weapons, no firearms. No weapons, no firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. So, no hostile contact. My explanation of that is this. You can have disagreements with your husband. You can argue about things he forgot to do. He forgot to put a toilet seat down, anything like that. But those disagreements cannot turn threatening. They cannot turn violent. They cannot be to the level where law enforcement is going to be contacted by yourself, by him, and or a bystander or a neighbor or somebody else seeing or hearing what's going on.
Yes, sir.
Because if that happens, you will be arrested. You will spend the remainder of this case with me here at the Orange County Jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
All right. Have a great day, man.
Will you say pretrial release supervision? That's bond plus pretrial
Yes,
release?
ma'am.
Okay. Thank you.
How can I say it better?
No. I know what you mean now, so I'm okay.
Oh, that's okay. I've been trying to say it better. I'm trying to
No,
find
you're
different
You're
avenues to help you all out and make sure that my orders are being...
It's because we do our field too, so when they say pretrial release provisions, they're talking about just the conditions and not bond plus pretrial release.
Yeah.
But I understand.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. They were trained by my fellow esteemed and just previously passed Judge Morgan. So, and his belief was not my belief.
Okay.
But so we have a difference in philosophy and or reading of the statute.
But that's why I asked, because I don't want anything coming back.
No problem. All right. Are you ready to go?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, tell me your name.
Matthew Raymond Chankerson.
Mr. Chansky, you are here in 2000. Is it Chansky? Am I saying that right?
Chankerson.
Chankasing.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chankasing, you are here in 2021 MM 1207AO on a charge of battery domestic violence. The court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you in this case. I'm going to set your bond in this case in the amount of $500. Condition of your bond is that you are to have no contact with the victim in this case. You are to maintain a separate residence from the victim. You may have a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have from the location. You are to possess no weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. Mr. Chengiston, do you have any questions about the no contact order?
No, sir.
You're going to be able to abide by the order?
Yes, sir.
All right, if not, you're going to be sitting there spending your time here with me at the Orange County Jail. Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
Have a great day, sir. Can you tell me your name, sir?
My name is Joel Encarnacion.
Sir, you're here in 2021 MM1215AO on a charge of battery domestic violence. The court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to set your bond in this count in an amount of $5,000. Condition of your bond is you had no contact with the victim in this case. You maintain a separate residence from the victim. I'll give you a one-time return with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items that you have at the location. You possess no weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You are to not possess or consume any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You are out on bond in 2021 CF 320AO. The court's going to revoke that bond and set a new bond at $0. You're on probation in 2019 CF 14537AO. There's an ongoing violation. The court's going to find a new on-view arrest for this case, finding probable cause that you were arrested for a new charge. I want to set that bond at $0.
So are you just going to revoke
I'm
that?
revoking that bond, setting it at $0.
Okay, thank you.
That's the probation case.
Yep, the probation case as well. I'm appointing a public defender to represent you in all your cases, sir. Have a great day. All right. All right, so you got to cover your nose for me, please. Thank you. Sir, tell me your name.
Eugene Nost.
Is it Nost or Coast?
Nost.
Mr. Nost, you are here in 2021 CF 1199AO on charge of battery domestic violence. The court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for your arrest. I do have a witness in the witness booth, sir. Can you tell me your name?
Robert Nost.
Mr. Nost, can you raise your right hand and be sworn in? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're going to give in this matter is the truth, the whole truth, none but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
All right, you put your hand down, sir. Can you tell me how you know Mr. Scotty Notes?
He's my youngest son.
All right. Are you afraid of your son?
Yes, sir.
Do you want to have contact with him?
No, sir.
Did drugs and alcohol play a role during this incident?
Absolutely.
All right. State, do you have any questions for Mr. Notes?
Does Scotty live with you?
No, sir. No.
All right, no further questions.
All right. Ms. George?
No questions, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Notes, as a count one, the court's going to set your bond amount of $5,000. Additionally, your bond is you have to have no contact with the victim in this case. You are to not return to the residence where this happened. You are to possess no weapons or firearms, and weapons or firearms you have need to be returned with law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You are to possess no drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. State, are you asking me to take any action as to his probation case in Brevard County?
No, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Notes, the state of Florida, since they're not, I don't have the authority to do so without their law enforcement officers and request, can't take any action as to your probation case, but even if you do bond out, Brevard County is going to come looking for you real soon.
So I'll get hold of my officer and let her know that incident.
All right. All right, have a great day, sir.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, Mr. Notes, have a great day. Sir, can you tell me your name?
I'm Julius.
Yes, sir.
Julius Miles.
All right, Mr. Miles, you are here in 2021's MM 1219AO on charge of assault, domestic violence. The court did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. I want to set your bond in count one in the amount of $1,000. Condition of your, actually $2,000, apologize. Condition of your bond is you have no contact with the victim in this case, that you are to maintain a separate residence from the victim. You must not, is the injunction still in place?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
I have a number.
It's 2019 DR 112970.
All right. You are to abide by that injunction. You are to possess no weapons or firearms. The weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You are to possess no drugs or alcohol while you're out on release. You are out on bond in 2021 MM 30AW. The court's going to revoke that bond, set it at 0. You're on probation in 2020 CF 3300 out of Orange County, Florida. The court's going to find an on-view violation of your probation. I want to set your bond at 0 in that case. I want to appoint a public defender to represent you in all your cases, sir. Have a great day. All right, sir, tell me your name.
Brandon Rakes.
Mr. Rakes, you're here in 2021 MM 1212AO on a charge of violation of a domestic violence injunction. The court did review the charging affidavit in this case and found probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to set your bond amount of $5,000 as to this case. Not sure why he doesn't qualify for pretrial release, though.
I'm sorry?
I was trying to figure out why he doesn't qualify for pretrial release as well. Because maybe it's an out-of-state warrant. Maybe that's what that is. Because that fugitive from justice 2011, but it doesn't tell me it was still active.
One, the defendant didn't provide really any information. It looked like it's because of his criminal history and maybe history of violence against the same victim.
Yeah, but would that be
multiple injunctions?
Would that be a reason to have him on pretrial release more than to keep him off?
It's up to you, Your Honor.
All right, we'll make the $5,000 bond condition of pretrial release in this case, that you have no contact with the victim, that you not return to the scene of the location of the incident. You are possessing no weapons or firearms. Weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours. You are to not possess any drugs or alcohol without a valid prescription. You are to abide by the injunction in 2019 DR 15023AO. All right. Mr. Rakes, do you have any questions about the no contact order?
No, but I have a question. What is?
I'm going to appoint a public defender to represent you, so you can ask Mr. George that question.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right. You have any? Does that answer your question?
Yes.
All right. Have a great day, sir. All right, ma'am. Tell me your name. Ms. Reese, you're here in 2021 MM1216AO on a charge of battery dating violence. The court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for your arrest. I'm going to set your bond in this case amount of $250. It's going to be conditioned on pretrial release in this case that you have no contact with the victim in this case, that you are to maintain a separate residence from the victim. I'll give you one-time return to the residence with law enforcement to retrieve any personal items you have at the residence. You are to possess no weapons or firearms. Any weapons or firearms you have need to be turned over to law enforcement within 24 hours of your release. You have any questions about a no contact order, ma'am? All right. Have a great day. All right. Now I had Bermudez bonded. All right. And what about Lisa Carl?
Carl is medical.
All right. This is Lisa Carl, 2021 CT 1359AO. We'll appoint a public defender to represent her in this case.
We'll waive, Your Honor.
The court did review the charging affidavit. In this case, I did find probable cause for her arrest. As to the crime of DUI, I'm going to set her bond in amount of $1,000. Condition of her bond is that she may not possess any drugs or alcohol while a valid prescription, and may not operate a motor vehicle while a valid driver's license. So I was trying to, this probation, is she on county probation? That's what it is?
No, it's state probation, Your Honor.
And it's the case number 2018 CF116449.
Repeat that one more time.
Is it the case number is it 2018 CF11649?
I believe it's a MM.
That's what I said.
It's a misdemeanor.
Yeah. So she's
case, but she is on state probation.
She's on state probation. Okay. I don't know how that happened. So it's the case number 2018 MM11649.
One moment.
But there's one I forgot to look up before I left the chambers.
Okay. It is CF.
All right. So 2018 CF11649 is the case, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. She's out on probation in 2018 CF11649. The court's going to find an on-view violation of her probation. I'm going to set a new bond in that case at $0. Did you get my case number for the last for the on-view?
It was 2018?
Yeah.
MM or CF?
CF.
Okay, yes.
All right. So I had Harmon, I guess, the next person. All right, sir, tell me your name.
Jonathan Harmon.
Mr. Harmon, you are here in 2021 CT 1365AO on charge of driving license suspended. Court did review the charging affidavit in this case. I did find probable cause for your arrest. State, is there an offer for Mr. Harmon to resolve this case today?
Sorry, sir, I didn't hear you.
I'm asking the state of Florida a question.
Not in this case, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Harmon. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance as to this case.
I appreciate that.
Condition of your release that you not operate a motor vehicle without a valid driver's license. You are to return from your court dates. Are you in Pennsylvania now, or are you
Yes,
here now?
I'm still in Pennsylvania.
All right, so you're gonna get a court date. I'm gonna appoint a public defender to represent you. You're gonna get a court date on when you sign for your paperwork. If you do not return, like I tell everybody, it's a long bus ride from Pennsylvania all the way to Orlando. You will not get a flight. They will take you from jail to jail, all the way here, over probably like a 2 to 3 month period. So do not miss your court date. Keep in contact with your public defender, and then maybe to help you not have to come back down here to deal with the case for at least immediately. All right. Have a great day, sir. Do you have a case number for this William Matos? Because
We could not enter it because the citation didn't match the affidavit. Submit for correction.
okay. So am I seeing him today, or is this gonna be a reset
Oh, I'm
for
not
a
sure.
while?
We just don't have a case number yet. We still need to.
All right. So what happened to Mr. Matos?
Abundant, Your Honor.
Oh, there you go. Solve the problem. All right. I have a 32-day motion for a Bradford and 2021 CF 704AO. State, what do you say as to the defense's motion?
Your Honor, the state filed a notice of non-filing,
All right.
so we've not
So
filed
granted. I have one more 32-day motion for a Rush 2020 CF 144435AO.
We did file an information February 18th.
So it'll be denied. Does anybody have anything else for the better of the order before we go into recess?
No, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Baker, did you order bond plus pretrial release for him?
I don't think I could, but this is the, which one is this?
This is what I have, but downstairs, and I put email saying that you might have ordered bond plus pretrial release.
This is from today or yesterday?
This is from today.
Yes, I was saying, from today.
I think I missed.
No, I probably, it was bond with control release.
It was bond plus pretrial
You can see his face sheet, that's what I want.
Yes. Turn over your firearms.
Yeah, it's like the beginning, almost.
Okay, not a problem.
What's your email address?
L George G-E-O-R.
Oh, this is the,
G-E.
Patricia Rodriguez is the victim.
Nice. I did that for 6 months.
The victim was first. So you.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, Patricia, right, yeah. No, I just,
Oh, really?
I was there for 5.5 years.
And then you
I
did
have,
this
I
after
don't
that?
think qualified, but, I don't think I ordered.
Malik Baker, I don't have bond plus pretrial release, but downstairs sent an email saying that the judge might have ordered bond plus pretrial release.
Malik Baker,
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't order control release, I don't think.
you did, Your Honor.
I did? I did.
250 and PTR.
With no hostile contact with the victim, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
I've been everywhere but down in Osceola for the state of
If I mess it up, somebody should listen, and we'll fix it later.
County.
Really? Wow. No, it's fine. So you've always saying on the record been. you want a bond plus pretrial
Yeah,
release?
bond push pretrial release for
And
Mr. Baker.
before I worked at the city's office,
All right.
I was actually working at Disney.
Oh, okay.
I'll see you all next week.
I was an employment law firm.
We are back on the record, February 19th, 2021. It's 2:08 p.m. If the attorneys could please put their appearance on the record.
Kathy Kennedy Swanson on behalf of the Office of State Attorney.
Letitia George on behalf of the Office of the Public Defender.
Second Clark on behalf of my client Ruth Marie Vega.
All right, when we get to that one.
Okay.
He's the third one now.
He's the third one? Okay.
Come on around.
I feel like we're doing this out of order. Can we change the order?
We have two people that are in chains that we need to office, and then the practice.
Two people that are what?
In chains. They come in chains.
I see. All right, please tell me your name, sir.
My name?
Yes, sir.
When I was born, it was Thomas Ray Johnson. I made a legal name change 3 years ago to King Queen Ace. But the thing of it is really that is invalid. It's not that now because what has happened, I'm psychic ESPN gifted, and Howard Hughes, the late Howard Hughes, my real last, she got my mother pregnant at 6/8/49 when I was born.
All right, well, let me tell you what you're here for
His
today,
last name
sir.
is Hughes.
Okay. So I have you as Johnson.
You have what?
I have your name as Johnson, Thomas Johnson.
I know it says well.
Okay. So in case number 2020-218220, a warrant was issued for your arrest in Volusia County. The warrant was for trespass in property other than a structure or conveyance and removing a laundry cart. And it looks like you failed to appear for a court appearance. That's what's on the warrant. So the bond.
And what'd you say at the last? Sorry, ma'am.
The warrant says that you failed to appear for court. So your bond is $350 on that warrant. And then you have another warrant for your arrest, also out of Volusia County, for, it looks like, failing to appear on a trespass. Your bond on that is also $350, and that's case number 2020-303-204. So those are out of Volusia County.
It's my property. Me when I'm on my property. It's not no trespassing. I can go on my own property.
I understand, sir. What I'm going to do is I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you, and we'll contact the judge in Volusia County and make sure that they know that you're here, okay?
So you have two separate bonds of $350 for each case.
Yeah.
It just says the total is $350, so it's $250 and $100.
Got it. Thank you.
All right, good luck, sir. Thank you. Please tell me your name. Sir, you're here in case number 21CF2037AO, charged with attempted burglary of an occupied dwelling and criminal mischief. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Can the state advise that...
What's his name?
Oh, Antonio Tirado.
Right, thank you. Yes, Your Honor.
The attempted burglary of an occupied dwelling, is that a punishable by life?
No.
Okay. All right, sir. Your bond is going to be $5,000 on count 1, $100 on count 2. You're not allowed to have any contact with any victim or witness in this case. Do you understand? That includes electronic communication and third party. All right, you're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm or ammunition. You're not allowed to return to this scene for any reason. Do you understand? I'm sorry? All right, are there any other conditions the state would request?
There you are.
Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name. Counselor, if you'll put your appearance on the record, please.
Yes, good afternoon again, Your Honor. It's Sekou Clark.
Ms. Vega, you're here for a warrant was issued for your arrest on a violation of probation. The allegation is that you violated your probation for misdemeanor trespass, grand theft from a dwelling, and criminal mischief by failing to pay the state of Florida and failing to make restitution payments.
Your Honor, based on the new directive that was issued by the state attorney yesterday evening, the state will have no objection to the court setting a bond. Looking at the violations, they are monetary only. It is not a new law offense. State has no problem with a $2,500 bond. Looking at her criminal history, she has a failure to appear for 2017, but only 3 other prior convictions, which would be these charges.
What are the 3 other convictions?
I believe I think they're these. The
They're
burglary,
these?
grand theft, yes.
So no other failures to appear or violations of probation?
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor. And if I may,
Yes.
the family has actually placed the arrearage in my trust account as of this morning, Your Honor. So my client was under the assumption that she did make payments, but regardless of that, we still have the funds in my trust account to make the payment today or on Monday.
And defense counsel did provide information to the state.
All right, based on that, then I'll give you a $2,500 bond on this violation of probation.
Okay.
I did explain to defense that I believe her arraignment date for Judge Lattimore was on the 25th.
All right. You understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right.
Okay.
Good luck, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you, counselor.
Thank you.
Oh, it gets canceled? Okay.
So that's the Angela.
Actually, counselor, the clerk just informed me, they're gonna change that date. That's her in-jail arraignment date.
Okay.
So if she bonds out, now that she has a bond, that date won't be the same.
Okay.
So you just need to pay attention.
I will.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Please tell me your name.
Piero Henson.
You're here in case number 20MO237, charged with disorderly conduct, and 21MM1211, charged with possession of drug paraphernalia. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavits. There is probable cause in each case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Does the state have an offer?
Your Honor, in the 2021 MM1211, the state will announce of no information on that case. I don't know if we did it this filing. No, we didn't. Okay. So state will announce of no information on that case. On the city case, we will offer a withhold and credit for time served.
All right, sir, did you hear what the prosecutor said?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you interested in accepting that offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Please raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, sir, you understand that if you enter a plea this morning, you're going to be, or this afternoon, you're going to be waiving or giving up certain constitutional rights, like your right to remain silent, your right to testify on your own behalf, your right to call witnesses. You're going to give up those rights and enter a plea.
Yes.
Is that what you want to do here?
Yes.
You understand that if you're on probation, this plea could violate that probation?
Yes.
You understand that if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation?
Yes.
Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything other than what the state just said in court to get you to enter this plea?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then at this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of disorderly conduct?
No contest.
I'll withhold adjudication. I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll order you to serve
2 days.
2 days in jail, give you credit for the 2 days you've served, and I'll order you to pay court costs. I'll give you a year to pay the court costs.
Thank you, Your Honor.
And the state is filing a no information right now on the other charge, and you have 30 days to appeal in writing.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Yes, sir. Good luck. David Wynn bonded out. Hoon, I don't know how to say his last name.
What's the inmate number, Your Honor?
Inmate number 21004158.
He bonded.
Okay. Please tell me your name, sir.
Steve Loggia.
All right, sir, you're here in case number 21MM61AA, charged with petty theft. I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you. There is probable cause in this case, sir. Your bond is $500. You're not allowed to return to the scene, have contact with any victims or witnesses.
Your Honor, we would just ask for his out on bond case that you take no action. He has been deemed incompetent, and he does not meet the criteria for commitment.
No objection.
I'll take no action on that case. All right, and he doesn't qualify for pretrial release.
No, Your Honor, not the open case.
All right. Good luck, sir. So I have, you filed another announcement of no information on Kenneth Lyman.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Next, please tell me your name, sir.
Kenneth Lyman, ma'am.
Oh. Sir?
Kenneth Lyman.
I'm happy to tell you the state just dropped the charges against you. Have a nice day, sir.
And you're going to take no action.
And I'll take no action on the Adam Bond case. Good luck, sir. Unless there's something else holding you. Yes, sir. Please tell me your name.
Walter, John Walter.
Where's Christopher Miller?
You bonded, Your Honor.
Bonded. All right. How about Daryl Vasquez? Bonded. Inmate number 21004194.
Bonded.
Okay. What did you tell me your name is, sir?
Pardon?
What's your name?
John Walter.
John Welter?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Sorry, we have to wear the masks, I understand, but sometimes it makes it hard to hear, so.
I'm hard of hearing.
Okay, can you hear me?
Barely.
Okay, let's get you a headset. Yes, sir. It's hard for everyone in here. Oh my goodness.
It's only on one case though.
Oh. All right, sir. Can you hear me better now?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You're hearing case number 21MO239, charged with disorderly conduct. There is probable cause there. You're also hearing case number 21MM1220, charged with possession of drug paraphernalia. At this time, the state is dropping that charge. They dropped that case against you. So the only case that you currently have before this court today is the disorderly conduct. Does the state have an offer for him?
Yes, on behalf of the city, it's a withhold credit for time served.
Are you interested in doing that today, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, sir, you understand that if you enter a plea today, you're going to be waiving or giving up certain constitutional rights,
Yes, ma'am.
like your right to remain silent, your right to testify on your own behalf, your right to challenge the state's evidence. We're not going to have a trial here. You're going to enter a plea today. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that if you're on probation, this plea could violate that probation?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that if you're not a United States citizen, this plea could subject you to deportation?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone threatened you or promised you anything other than what the state just said to get you to enter this plea?
No, ma'am.
All right, sir, at this time, how do you wish to plead to the charge of disorderly conduct?
No contest.
I'll accept your plea of no contest. I find it's freely and voluntarily made. I'll withhold adjudication, order you to serve
2 days.
2 days in jail, give you credit for the 2 days that you've been in. I'll order you to pay court costs, and I'll give you a year to pay them.
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck, sir. And you have 30 days to appeal in writing. Good afternoon, sir. Please tell me your name.
Giovanni Cuff.
All right, you're here in case number 2019 MM10086. A capias was issued for your arrest for failing to appear for a violation of probation status hearing. The charges are battery, domestic violence, and battery, domestic violence. The bond authorized on that capias is 0. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, sir.
I'm sorry, he needs dates.
Oh, wait, hold on.
Division 50, BOP status, March 5th at 9 o'clock, courtroom 7C.
Good luck, sir.
No pass Rodriguez. That's what you're on.
All right, this is case number 21MO240. I'll appoint the public defender to represent him.
We'll waive, Your Honor.
All right, there is probable cause.
On his failure to appear case,
Yes.
the state is going to file no information.
All right, so in 20MM4070, are you announcing a no
Sorry,
information?
cross. I apologize.
Sorry. I was thinking, did you not file an information in this
I'm
case?
sorry.
So, You're announcing an all pros. As to the open container charge, does the
There's
state,
no objection to ROR, that's the open container charge.
I'll authorize ROR on that charge.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you both.
Bartley Lane Medical.
This is case number 21MO241, also possession and consumption of alcohol in a prohibited public space.
Your Honor, we would waive and also ask for ROR only because of competency concerns in this. The client has a competency hearing set on his cases.
This is Mr. Bartley?
Yes.
No objection.
All right, I'll grant that, Counselor, so I'll ROR him on this charge, and I'll take no action on his out-on-bond cases, given your argument. What's your name, sir?
Charles Williams.
All right, sir, you're here in case number,
Question, do I need this on?
do you need what?
Do I need this on?
I don't know what that is.
Name tag?
That's up to the corrections officer. He'll tell you what to do. All right. You're here charged with a violation of state misdemeanor in 21MO242. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. There is probable cause in this case. Does the state have an offer?
With full fair time served.
So are you interested in doing that today?
Yes.
All right, raise your right hand to be sworn.
Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Thank you.
Did you say yes?
Yeah.
All right. Sir, you understand that if you enter a plea of no contest or guilty today, you're going to be waiving or giving up certain constitutional rights, like your right to remain silent, your right to testify on your own behalf, your right to confront the state's evidence. We're not going to have a trial. You're giving up those rights today to enter a plea. Is that what you want to do? Yes.
Okay, Your Honor.
Is that what you want to do here today, sir?
No,
I advise client against talking about the facts of the case. However, he advised he still wants to state his side of the story, Your Honor.
All right, so before you do that, though, I need you to enter a plea. So you can enter a plea of not guilty, which denies the truth of the charges against you, and then we'll set this for another hearing at a later date. Or you can enter a plea of guilty, which admits that you're guilty of the crime that's charged. Or you can enter a plea of no contest, which tells the court that while you're not admitting or denying the truth of the allegations, you think it's in your best interest to enter a plea and you're not going to contest the charges. So you have to enter one of those three pleas before you talk to me about the facts.
so I can't do it later?
Get really close to the microphone.
Can I?
Not that close.
Okay, so can I do it later, is what I'm asking?
Yeah, yes. You can enter a plea of not guilty right now, and we can set this for an evidentiary hearing. It won't be today. Nobody's presenting evidence at this hearing today.
So can I do a plea bargain later?
Can you do what?
Can I do a plea bargain later, is what I'm asking? Is that possible?
Yes, the state's offer is from the state. So they might leave that offer open, they might do all kinds of things. They might change that offer. You don't have to enter a plea of guilty or no contest today. You can enter a plea of not guilty.
You know, I mean, later, like, later on in the hearing, or later on
in this hearing and whatnot. So.
Your Honor, I would ask that you appoint the public defender's office, and we would just ask for a ROR on his case. There are some concerns.
Counselor, I think I agree with you.
Oh.
So I'm going
No,
to appoint the
thanks.
public defender's office. Hold on one second, sir.
thanks.
I'm going to appoint the public defender to represent you, so you have an attorney representing you at this time. And I'm going to grant their request to release you on your own recognizance. So I'm not requiring you to post a monetary bail. Do you understand?
Okay. My story too downtown.
So we're not going to have any more of a hearing today, but what you're going to do is you're going to be released from custody, and then you're going to need to contact your attorney right away. Stay in touch with your attorney, okay? They gave you a phone number on that paper. All right, good luck, sir. Thank you.
Whoa, hold on.
Wait.
You got a question?
Hold on one second, sir, okay? Just stay right there. Bonded? Okay. That's all right. Are we ready to proceed? All right. Can he approach the mic? All right. Tell me your name, sir.
Wesley Bernard.
Wesley Bernard?
Yes.
All right, sir. You have several cases. You're here in case number 21CT1369, charged with no valid driver's license. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond is $100. In case number 21CT1368, you're charged with no motorcycle license. There is also probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond is $100. In 21CT1367, you're charged with reckless driving. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond in this case is $1,000. And in case number 21CF2069AO, you're charged with grand theft of a motor vehicle. I've reviewed that probable cause affidavit as well. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
Your Honor, I have no objection reducing that to a subsidiary of 150.
On the felony?
On the felony, yes. We still have a fleeing and criminal mischief as well.
Oh, there's another felony. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, then I'll grant that motion from the state. Your bond on this case will be $150. You're not allowed to have any contact with any victims or witnesses in this case. That includes electronic communication and third party. Do you understand that?
Yes.
And then in case number 21CF2068AO, you're charged with aggravated fleeing or attempting to elude a law enforcement officer with injury or property damage and criminal mischief. There is probable cause in that case as well. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in that case. Does the state wish to be heard as to bond?
No, Your Honor.
All right, on count 1, your bond will be $15,000. On count 2, your bond will be $150. Are there any conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
Good luck, sir. Bonded. Please tell me your name. You're here in case number 20CF2318AO. A capias was issued for your arrest for failing to appear for a status hearing on a charge of burglary of a conveyance and grand theft. There is no bond authorized on that capias. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. In case number 20 CF 11943AO, shows that she's out on bond. I'm going to take no action on that case. Does the state object to that?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, ma'am. Please tell me your name, sir.
Jeffrey Boston.
All right, you're here in 21 CT 1372, charged with no valid driver's license. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you, and your bond is $100. Thank you. Which one is that on? Okay. In case number 21 CT 1371, you're charged with driving under the influence. There is probable cause in that case as well. Your bond is $500. You're not allowed to possess or consume any alcoholic beverages, and you can't drive without a valid driver's license. In case number 21 CF 2040AO, you're charged with 2 counts of possession of cocaine and possession of drug paraphernalia. Did the state review this probable cause affidavit?
Do I remember it? No. May I have a moment, Your Honor?
Well, my question is, the 2 counts of cocaine, I believe one is powder and one is...
No objection to RORs to count 2.
Okay. All right, sir. I'm going to change your bond amounts. On count 1, your bond is going to be $1,000. On count 2, I'm going to ROR you on that count. And then count 3, your bond is... I'm going to ROR him on that too, counselor.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Unless you object to that.
No, Your Honor.
However, case number 20 CF 1214AO, I show that you're out on bond for possession of cocaine with intent to sell or deliver.
May they have a moment, Your Honor?
Huh?
May they have a moment?
Yes. I was just going to say, I need to ask the state about this.
Yes, ma'am.
And then I'll ask Ms. George if she has any argument as to why the court should or should not revoke her client's bond.
Your Honor, this case has had a plea date, but it's been continued a number of times. So state's gonna recommend no action because it's set to plea, and just whenever he gets, it just keeps getting reset to plea. I don't know, that's because of what's going on in the division and just timing because of the virtual court right now. So no action on the out of bond.
It says he was arrested January 30th
On the, no, did I get the wrong case number, please?
of 21.
21 CF.
So it would have just been like 2 weeks ago that he was arrested
Oh,
and
I
then...
have 2020.
I have 2020 as well.
Oh,
It's a mistake.
Oh, it's a type.
21.
okay, now I was looking at the wrong case. May I have another moment, Your Honor?
Okay, wait, it is 21?
Yeah,
Okay,
2021.
so I'm not sure if you filed charges in this one because it was 2 weeks ago.
We have not, state's gonna say no action still, Your Honor.
Oh, this is the one for which he's out on a $1,000 bond and pretrial release.
We would ask for no action, Your Honor. However, if Your Honor is inclined to revoke it, we would just ask that you increase the bond amount as opposed to revoking his out on bond cases.
All right. Counselor, I'll tell you, I think I am going to revoke it, and I'm going to double the monetary bond, because while he's out on bond for this charge, he gets another charge. It's involving the same drug.
Yes, Your Honor.
But I will authorize a monetary bond. So it was $1,000 in pretrial release. So what I'm going to do is revoke the $1,000 and pretrial release, and I'll make it $2,000 on count 1, $150 on count 2, and $150 on count 3. With all of the same conditions, you're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances, and you're not allowed to have contact with any known drug dealers. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
So
All right, good luck, sir.
2,000, 150, 150?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, good luck, sir. Oh, that's this guy. Please tell me your name.
Jomoy Brian.
All right, Mr. Bryan, you're here in case number 20 CF 14555. A warrant was issued for your arrest for fleeing or attempting to elude a law enforcement officer and resisting a law enforcement officer without violence. So there is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Does the state wish to be heard as to bond?
No, Your Honor.
Your bond is $5,000 on count 1 and $100 on count 2. Are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Matthew Ryan Clark.
All right, sir, you're here in case number 21 CF 2067AO, charged with burglary of a conveyance, forgery of a check, and possession of drug paraphernalia. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond is $3,500 on count 1, $150 on count 2, and $100 on count 3. You're not allowed to return to the scene. You're not allowed to have contact with any victims or witnesses. That includes electronic communication as well as third party. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances or have contact with any known drug dealers. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Your Honor,
Yes, sir.
Polis is medical.
All right. 1 second. For your information, Madam Prosecutor, I want to ask you about this case.
Okay.
So if you can pull up that probable cause affidavit, I'm getting there. Just one moment.
On Campbell, Colas.
Colas, Patricia. I'm wondering if maybe I'm missing a page of it or something.
I only have one paper.
All right, it is case number 21 CF 2055AO, petty theft, 2 prior convictions, and providing false ID to law enforcement officers. I will appoint the public defender to represent her. Counselor, what's the probable cause for the petty theft with 2 prior convictions? Can you point me to that?
They had the 2 prior convictions. I think they just had the theft.
But where is even the theft?
Is that like?
I see it the very first sentence in reference to a shoplifting. What items did she allegedly
I see
take?
what you're saying. I got you.
Because it says they looked at her criminal history. She's previously been convicted of multiple petty theft charges. So I think
There's a supplemental report missing that says all the information? Yes, that is true. Your
this
Honor.
is the supplemental. There was an original, but I don't have that.
It doesn't either, Your Honor. But no objection to ROR.
All right.
No PC. She's not present anyway. So.
I know, but Miss George is, and or I just want to talk to Miss George about it for a second. Miss George, I'm concerned that I'm missing some probable cause in this case. So what I'm going to do is
The Brittany Campbell one.
Brittany.
Patricia
I'm
Colas.
going to, yes. Patricia Colas is now your client.
Okay.
I'm going to authorize an ROR on count 1 and a $100 bond on count 2. There's ample probable cause for count 2. No return and no contact with victims or witnesses. All right?
Okay, then you can ask the counsel.
I didn't say that.
So don't, okay.
I just said I'm releasing her on her own recognizance.
Okay.
Recognizance as to count 1. Sir, please tell me your name.
Hassan Covington, ma'am.
All right. Ms. George, are you okay if I move on?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. 21 CF 2066. Sir, you're charged with driving while license suspended or revoked as a habitual traffic offender. There is probable cause in this case. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you.
Your Honor, is there any way that you would be in contact just to reduce his bond from $2,500? My client, his wife is currently in the hospital. He's the only provider for the kids at this moment, and the last driving while license suspended was in 2018.
May I have one moment, Your Honor?
Yes.
Say there's no objection to ROR, Your Honor.
Your Honor, it's a nonviolent crime offense, and with the increase of COVID in the jail, we would just ask for a ROR.
Is the attorneys please approach?
It's still because it's a driving license suspended. We would have ROR anyways, whether COVID or not.
Sorry, I wasn't cutting you off. I heard enough, and I'm granting your motion. So, all right, sir, at this time, I'm going to authorize a release on your own recognizance on this charge. So you understand, however, that you still have to maintain all of your court dates. If you don't come to court, a judge can issue a warrant for your arrest, and that capias will likely have no bond. So stay in touch with your attorney and make sure you keep your court dates.
Okay, thank you.
And don't drive without a valid driver's license. You understand? Yes, sir. Just a moment, sir. Please tell me your name.
David Earhart.
Sir, you're here in case number 21 CF 206180, charged with possession of cocaine, possession of tetrahydrocannabinols, possession of drug paraphernalia. There is probable cause. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond is $2,500 on count 1, $150 on count 2, and $100 on count 3. You're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances or have contact with any known drug dealers. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so as to case number 20 CT 541080, I show that you were out on bond on a charge of driving under the influence.
That has a plea date for March the 10th. Let me just double check that. I see March the 10th in Division 85.
So if I revoke his bond on that case, it won't interfere with that plea date. Can the defense give me any reason I shouldn't revoke his bond?
I will say that he has a private attorney on that case, Your Honor.
Oh, he has a private attorney?
Oh, he does.
All right, then I'm not appointing the public defender.
On the out-of-bond case, not on the current case.
Oh.
Well,
So I will
sorry.
appoint the public defender in that case.
Your Honor,
Counselor, I'll tell you what here's where the court is. Tell me if you can move me from this. He's out on bond on a DUI, and he's arrested for having drugs in a car,
Yes, Your Honor.
which is,
No argument, Your Honor.
all right. Then I'm going to revoke your bond in that case. Your attorney can file a motion in front of the trial judge. Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name. All right, sir, you're here in case number 21 CF 1287. A warrant was issued for your arrest for burglary of a dwelling and grand theft. The bond authorized is $5,000 on count 1, $500 on count 2.
Your Honor, you said 500 on count 2?
Yes. You're not allowed to return to the scene or have contact with any victims or witnesses. You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. Sir, I show that you're out on bond in case number 20 CF 11300AO. Can the state, not the defense, sorry, can the state advise
I'm looking for the date.
the dates? Right.
So this
Oh.
date is January 26, 2021 for this case. The Allen Bonds case date is
I show September in 2020.
September 18, 2020, yes. So,
Right.
Yes.
So it appears to this court while he was out on bond on robbery armed with a firearm,
The allegations that he committed.
is accused of committing a burglary of a dwelling. So I'm going to revoke that case. So your attorney will have to file a motion in front of the trial judge on that. Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Keisha Gemich.
You're here in case number 21 CF 2059AO, charged with arson of a dwelling. There is probable cause in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. What says the state as to bond?
That is a F1. It's not turning into a weapon, so I believe it's a first degree felony.
All right, ma'am, your bond is going to be $25,000. You're not allowed to return to the scene or have contact with any victims or witnesses. Do you understand?
Yes.
That includes electronic communication as well as third party. You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, a firearm or ammunition. Are there any other conditions the state would request?
There.
As to the out on bond case, 21 MM 396AO, looking at the dates, I'm going to take no action. Ms. George, did you hear that?
Yes, Your Honor, thank you.
Good luck, ma'am. Sorry, I wasn't calling you out. I just want to make sure you heard that.
No, thank you.
Ma'am, please tell me your name.
Kimberly Jamondo.
All right, you're here on a warrant. A warrant was issued for your arrest in case number 21 CF 1083AO, charging you with extortion, theft by an employee, scheme to defraud, grand theft, and uttering forged instruments. The bond authorized on that warrant is $15,000 on count 1 and $1,000 on each subsequent count. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. You're not allowed to have contact with any victims or witnesses in this case. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am. Can I ask a question?
Yes, get close to the microphone.
Is there any way for bond reduction?
So your attorney can file a motion in front of the trial judge who's hearing the case and ask for that, and they'll give reasons and present it to that judge. But I'm not going to do that today.
Okay, and when will that be? When will?
That's up to your attorney and the judge in that division.
Okay.
Good luck. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name.
Jarquavius Huber.
I'm sorry, one more time?
Jarquavius Huber.
All right, sir, you're here in case number 21 CF 16270. A warrant was issued for your arrest for armed burglary of a structure with a firearm, grand theft, $20,000 or more, and 13 counts of grand theft of a firearm. There's no bond on count 1, $20,000 on count 2, $5,000 on each subsequent count. You're not allowed to have any contact with the victim or any witness in this case. That includes electronic communication and third party. Do you understand?
Yes.
Thank you. And you're not allowed to return to the scene. You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm or ammunition. Are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, you're on that case.
All right. As to 20 CF 6927AO, at this time I'm revoking your bond. Is there anything else the state?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck, sir. Good afternoon. Please tell me your name. All right, sir. You're here in case number 21 CT 1370, charged with driving while license suspended. There is probable cause. Your bond will be $100 in that case. You're not allowed to drive without a valid driver's license. In 21 CF 2052, you're charged with possession of cocaine and possession of cannabis over 20 grams. There is probable cause. I'm appointing the public defender in both of your cases. Your bond in that case will be $1,000 on count 1 and $150 on count 2. You're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances or have contact with any known drug dealers. Do you understand? All right. As to case number 20 CT 7136, it's a driving while license suspended that was arrested in November of last year. And then 20 CF 12831, possession of cocaine, possession of drug paraphernalia, and driving while license suspended. It looks like he was arrested on that in October of 2020.
There's no objection, no action on the out-of-bond case.
All right, Ms. George, can you give the court a reason why this court should not revoke his bond when he's out on bond and gets arrested for the exact same charges?
No, don't talk about the fact.
No, I'm asking your attorney, sir.
Your Honor, we would just argue that it is a nonviolent crime at this time. If the court is inclined to revoke the bond, we would just ask that you increase the bond amount as opposed to holding him at no bond.
Let me look at his record.
And Your Honor, he does have 0 failures to appear for court.
Are you okay, sir?
Yes, ma'am. I see, like, I'm glad I fell off the scanner. Slipped me last night and I put it in the morning.
Okay, all right. Thank you for getting him a chair. All right, sir. Based on the state's position and your attorney's arguments, I'm not going to revoke your bonds on your out on bond cases. Good luck, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
As far as he's behaving, Your Honor.
All right. This is case number 2019 CF 16582AO. Counselor, I'm going to appoint your office. It's a capias with no bond.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
He has 2 cases.
I'm sorry?
He has 2 cases. Mr. King, he had a failure to appear warrant as well. Wait, 2 different ones.
He only has 1 on the docket today.
Oh, I have 2 cases. Okay.
Oh, I just have the 1. But he had a bunch the other day. I was here for that. All right. I have Richard Kirschman bonded. Inmate number 21004186.
Can you repeat that one more time, Your Honor?
No. 21004186.
Bonded.
Okay. Next, please tell me your name.
Joe Nathan C. Masson.
All right, sir, you're hearing case number 2020 CF 696980. A capias was issued for your arrest for failing to appear for a status hearing on a possession of a controlled
I'm so
substance
sorry.
charge. I'm sorry?
Yeah, sorry about that.
So your bond is $2,000. I'll appoint the public defender's office to represent you. As to 20 CF 8913AO, does the state object to no action?
No, Your Honor.
I'll take no action on that case at this time. Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Adam Phillips.
All right, sir, you're here in case number 21 CF 203980, charged with burglary of a structure while wearing a mask, criminal mischief, and petty theft. There is probable cause. I reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond is $3,500 on count 1, $100 on count 2, and $100 on count 3. You're not allowed to return to the scene, have contact with victims, witnesses, or co-defendants in the case. Do you understand? You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, firearm, or ammunition. As to case 21 CF 2038AO, I reviewed that probable cause affidavit. I do find probable cause exists for burglary of a structure while wearing a mask, criminal mischief, and petty theft. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you in that case as well. Your bond will be $3,500 on count 1, $100 on count 2, $100 on count 3. Again, you're not allowed to return to this scene, have any contact with victims, witnesses, or co-defendants in this case. You understand? You're not allowed to possess a weapon of any kind, a firearm, or ammunition. Are there any other conditions the state would request?
No, Your Honor.
All right, good luck, sir.
Yes, he's not up.
All right. Case number 21 CF 1725. I'll appoint the public defender to represent him.
We'll waive, Your Honor.
Okay, it's a warrant, counselor, and the bond is $1,500.
Okay.
Rivera, bonded.
Okay. Oh. Please tell me your name, sir.
Jeffrey Scott.
All right, you're here in case number 21 CF 2054AO, charged with purchase of heroin. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Yes, ma'am?
When I was reading that, I didn't see a purchase of heroin. I thought it was just a possession charge. Maybe I missed it.
I think that's a great question. Let's see if the state
I don't know, Your Honor.
has any thoughts.
Should have been a possession, Your Honor.
I'm sorry?
It should be a possession.
All right. So then what I'm going to do is, I do find probable cause exists for possession of heroin. Your bond will be $500.
Your Honor, any objection to a ROR only because he is unemployed with 0 failures to appear. Last conviction looks like in 2008 for reckless driving.
What says the state?
Leaving court discretion.
All right, so I'm looking at his record, counselor. I see no FTAs, no VOPs, and a last conviction of 2008. I'll grant your motion, counselor. I'm going to release you on your own recognizance. You're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances. You're not allowed to have contact with any known drug dealers, and you're not allowed to have contact with the witness in this case. Do you understand? All right, good luck, sir. It's 893. I think 1-3, but I don't know the subsections. Yeah, she should be able to. 1 minute, sir. Madam Prosecutor.
I'm sorry. Yes, Your
I'm sorry, but can you give me the statute number for possession of a controlled substance? 893-13 sub something.
I will email the clerk.
You'll email the clerk?
I'll email-
Okay.
yes, I'll email.
So she'll have it?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Please tell me your name. All right. Give me 1 minute. Let me get my paperwork.
You can reconsider. Reconsider.
All right, sir, you're here because a warrant was issued for your arrest for first-degree murder with a firearm. It's case number 21 CF 1971AO. At this time, there's no bond in your case. You're not allowed to have contact with the victim's family. You're not allowed to possess a weapon or firearm of any kind or ammunition. And you understand that no contact means not through third parties, not through the telephone, and not through any electronic communication.
No contact with who?
The victim's family. So you can't call them on the phone or send a message through a friend or contact them in an app. No contact at all. You understand?
Yes.
All right. Is there anything else the state wishes to be heard on this case?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Good luck, sir.
I have Wilberton Charles,
Yes, sir.
his behavior.
All right. This is case number 21MM1213, battery and trespass. I'll appoint the public defender.
We'll waive, Your Honor.
All right. His bond is $500 on count 1, $100 on count 2, no victim contact, not return. In case number 21 CF 2056AO, I'll appoint the public defender in this case as well. Are you gonna waive, Counselor?
Yes, Your Honor, will.
Okay, thank you. His bond is $1,000 on count 1, 100 on count 2, and 100 on count 3. Not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances or have contact with any known drug dealers. As to 20 CF 14942 AO, I'm revoking that bond. And 20 CF 11036 AO, I'm revoking that bond as well.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Please tell me your name.
Antonio Camposano.
All right, sir, you're here because a warrant was issued for your arrest for allegedly violating your probation by failing to pay the state of Florida. The bond authorized is none on that warrant. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you, and we'll schedule that for a VOP hearing in the next 10 days. Good luck, sir.
Mr. Griffin, he's medical.
All right. He has 2 VOPs, 20 CF 10691. I'll appoint the public defender's office. There's no bond on that, Counselor. Sorry, I know you're busy. 20 CF 373. I'll also appoint the public defender's office, and there's no bond on that either.
Mr. Hardy, Richard, medical.
I'll appoint the public defender. There's no bond authorized on that VOP. Counselor, do you want to waive his appearance? I'm appointing you, and he's medical.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Please tell me your name.
My name is Richard Richter.
All right, Mr. Richter, you're here in case number 21 CF 2058 AO, charged with possession of cannabis over 20 grams. I've reviewed the probable cause affidavit. There is probable cause in this case. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you. Your bond is $1,000. You're not allowed to possess or consume any illegal substances or have contact with any known drug dealers. In case number 15 CF 16880, there's an allegation that you violated your probation and that you're a violent felony offender of special concern. So at this time, you'll be held at no bond on that violation.
Yes,
I'll
ma'am.
appoint the public defender to represent you. Good luck, sir. Please tell me your name.
Manuel Rodriguez, the fourth.
All right, you're here. In case number 202551 MMA, a warrant was issued for your arrest out of Seminole County for battery. There is no bond authorized on that warrant. I'll appoint the public defender to represent you, and we'll contact Seminole County so they know you're here and they can extradite you. All right, good luck, sir.
Probable, he's medical, Your Honor.
All right. This is case number 18 CF 2012. It's an out-of-county warrant. Counselor, I'm going to appoint the public defender's office.
Okay.
It's no bond, but we'll contact the county. Paul Mahica?
He bonded.
Oh, he bonded. So there was a bond on his warrant.
And then we just have this one.
Oh, and then we need to recall a case from yesterday, I believe. State versus Gabriel Finellis, 21MM102AW. Judge Bain authorized a change in his order. So, give me 1 second. So we're changing the bond to $250 plus PTR with all the same conditions. And that's it. right. Does the state or the defense have any other cases or any
No,
other
Your
business before the court today?
No, Your Honor.
Court will be adjourned.